What if the one thing standing between you and a perfectly healthy, completely effortless bowel movement every single morning was not a medication, not a supplement, not a special diet, but exactly 60 seconds of the right technique that nobody ever taught you? What if your constipation, your bloating, your discomfort, your sluggish, heavy feeling every morning was not a disease, not a disorder, not something wrong with you, but simply your body begging you in the only language it knows to give it the signal it has been desperately waiting for? What if I told you that deep inside your body right now there is a nerve, a single, extraordinary nerve, that when activated correctly can send an immediate, unstoppable command directly to your intestines to wake up, contract, and move? What if the modern toilet you sit on every single morning is actually designed in a way that biologically prevents you from going, and one simple adjustment, something you can do with a book or a small stool, could make straining a thing of the past forever? What if your morning breath, the very first breath you take after opening your eyes, could be the most powerful digestive medicine your body has ever received? Stay right here, because in the next few minutes I am going to show you exactly what to do, exactly why it works, and exactly how 60 seconds can completely transform the way your body functions from this morning forward, and you will never look at your morning routine the same way again. What if I told you that your body already has a built-in switch, a natural, biological button that can get your bowels moving in just 60 seconds, and you have never been taught how to press it? What if everything you have tried, the laxatives, the fiber supplements, the waiting, the straining, the frustration every single morning, was completely unnecessary because the real solution was hiding inside your own body this entire time? What if the answer was not in a pill bottle, not in a doctor's prescription, not in an expensive supplement, but in something as simple, as free, and as powerful as the way you breathe, the way you sit, and the way you touch your own abdomen? That is not a theory. That is not a gimmick. That is human biology working exactly the way it was designed to work. And today, right now, in the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly how to unlock it. Let us start with something that will genuinely shock you. Your gut has its own nervous system. Scientists call it the enteric nervous system, and it contains more than 500 million nerve cells. That is more nerve cells than your spinal cord. Your intestines are not just a passive tube waiting for food to pass through. Your gut thinks. Your gut reacts. Your gut responds to signals. Signals from your brain, signals from your breath, signals from your posture, and signals from your hands. And when you understand how to send the right signals, you can literally command your body to move its bowels on demand. This is not magic. This is neuroscience. This is the kind of information that transforms people's lives. And it starts with understanding one incredible nerve that runs from your brain all the way down into your abdomen: the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your entire body. It travels from the base of your brain, down through your neck, through your chest, and deep into your abdominal cavity, where it wraps around your stomach, your small intestine, and your large intestine. And here is the shocking part. This nerve is the master controller of your digestive system. When the vagus nerve is activated, it sends an immediate signal to your intestines to contract, to squeeze, to push. It wakes up a process called peristalsis, the wave-like muscular contractions that move waste through your colon and toward the exit. When the vagus nerve is not activated, when it is suppressed by stress, by shallow breathing, by poor posture, your intestines become lazy, slow, and sluggish. Constipation sets in. Bloating builds up. You feel heavy, uncomfortable, and frustrated. But when you know how to activate the vagus nerve in just 60 seconds, everything changes. Your gut wakes up. Peristalsis begins. And your body does what it was naturally designed to do. So how do you activate the vagus nerve in 60 seconds? It begins with your breath. Not just any breath. A specific, intentional, powerful breath called diaphragmatic breathing. Most people breathe shallow. They breathe from their chest. Their shoulders rise. Their chest expands slightly, and they think they are breathing correctly. But they are not. Shallow chest breathing does almost nothing for your digestive system. Diaphragmatic breathing. Breathing deep into your belly, expanding your abdomen outward as you inhale, does something extraordinary. When you breathe diaphragmatically, your diaphragm, that large dome-shaped muscle sitting right above your stomach, pushes downward with tremendous force. It physically presses against your stomach and intestines. It increases what we call intra-abdominal pressure. And this pressure is like a gentle but powerful internal massage that stimulates your intestinal walls and activates the vagus nerve simultaneously. In just a few deep, intentional breaths, you can send a powerful wake-up call directly to your colon. Here is exactly how you do it. The moment you wake up in the morning, before you check your phone, before you drink your coffee, before you do anything else, place both hands flat on your lower abdomen, just below your belly button. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, expanding your belly outward as far as it will go, pushing your hands up and out. Hold that breath for just 2 seconds at the top. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting your belly fall back inward. Feel your hands move with the rhythm of your breath. Do this repeatedly and intentionally for 60 seconds. With each breath in, your diaphragm presses down on your intestines. With each breath out, the pressure releases. This rhythmic compression and decompression is mechanically stimulating your colon. It is physically waking up the muscles of your large intestine. It is sending electrical signals through the vagus nerve directly to your gut. And within 60 seconds, sometimes less, many people feel the urge to go. This works not because of a placebo effect. This works because of pure, undeniable anatomy and physiology. But breathing alone is only the beginning. There is a second technique you can add, one that works in perfect combination with your breathing, and it involves your hands. The colon in your body travels in a very specific path. It begins in the lower right side of your abdomen, travels upward on the right side, crosses horizontally across your upper abdomen, then travels downward on the left side, and finally curves toward your rectum and out. This is called the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon. And when you massage your abdomen in this exact same clockwise direction, following the natural path of your colon, you are physically helping waste move through the system. You are reducing gas pockets. You are breaking up stagnant material that has been sitting too long. You are mechanically assisting the muscles that are already trying to do their job. Using the heel of your hand or your fingertips, apply gentle but firm pressure starting from your lower right abdomen. Move upward toward your rib cage, cross to the left, then move downward on the left side toward your pelvis. Repeat this circular massage for 60 seconds while continuing your deep diaphragmatic breathing, and you have created a powerful double stimulus. One from the inside through breath pressure, and one from the outside through manual massage. Now here is something that almost nobody talks about, and it is perhaps the most shocking piece of information related to constipation. Your toilet is working against you. The modern toilet was designed for comfort and hygiene, not for biology. When you sit upright at a 90-degree angle on a standard toilet, the anorectal angle, the bend between your rectum and your anal canal remains closed. There is a muscle called the puborectalis muscle that wraps around your rectum and keeps it kinked at an angle when you are standing or sitting upright. This kink is a good thing when you need to maintain continence throughout the day, but it is a terrible thing when you are trying to have a bowel movement. In the natural squatting position, the way humans defecated for hundreds of thousands of years before the invention of the modern toilet, the puborectalis muscle completely relaxes. The anorectal angle straightens out to approximately 126 degrees, and waste can pass effortlessly without any straining whatsoever. You can recreate this natural squatting position simply by placing a small stool, a footrest, or even a stack of books under your feet while you sit on the toilet. Elevating your feet by just 6 to 9 inches changes the entire geometry of your rectum and colon. It unkinks the angle. It relaxes the muscle. And what previously required painful straining suddenly becomes completely effortless. This one change alone has helped thousands of people resolve chronic constipation permanently. There is also the extraordinary power of the gastrocolic reflex, and this is something your body does automatically, but something you can also intentionally trigger. The gastrocolic reflex is a physiological response that occurs when food or liquid enters an empty stomach, when your stomach stretches, even slightly. It sends a signal through your nervous system to your large intestine, telling it to contract and make room for incoming food. This is why so many people feel the urge to have a bowel movement shortly after eating breakfast. Your body is doing this automatically, trying to clear space. But you can amplify this reflex dramatically by drinking a full glass of warm water, ideally warm lemon water, the very first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Warm water is far more effective than cold water because warmth itself stimulates intestinal smooth muscle contractions. Warm lemon water adds the benefit of slightly acidic pH, which further stimulates digestive secretions. Drink it slowly but completely within 2 to 3 minutes of waking up, then immediately do your 60-second diaphragmatic breathing exercise with your abdominal massage. Assume the correct squatting posture on the toilet, and you have created the perfect biological storm for a complete, effortless, satisfying bowel movement every single morning. Massage your abdomen clockwise. Elevate your feet. Exhale slowly and completely. And trust the body that was perfectly designed, long before modern medicine ever existed, to take care of itself when you simply give it the right conditions to do so. Your gut is listening. It has always been listening. The only question is whether you are finally ready to speak its language.